magnanimity, has waded into this crisis. And I'm sure we will find a solution to it very soon.
So the House commenced the impeachment process against the governor. Do you see them going ahead with this?
Do I think whether... Can I take that?
The House commenced the impeachment. Did you get my question, Mr. Thomas? The House commenced impeachment process against the governor. Do you see them going ahead with this?
Oh, well, I think we should be back to status quo, because if the president had waded in, then there is no need to continue the process of the impeachment. Because if they do, they will escalate the problem, they will enlarge it, and it will become something beyond what we are expecting now or what we are seeing at the present.
But as we speak, the State House of Assembly... Please go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
The State House of Assembly...
As we speak, the State House of Assembly now has two factions due to this crisis. What impact do you think this will have on the crisis?
Oh, we've seen it happen before in those states. This is not the first time the houses are divided in Niger Delta. We've seen it happen before, and so it's not a problem that we should bother about. It's left for the governor to manage the crisis, to see how he can manage the state. It is not unexpected, certainly. It is not unexpected.
But what impact do you think this is having on Rivers State?
Well, I think we need to look at the genesis of the crisis. First and foremost, Wike is from the upland. The governor, Fubara, is from the riverine area. And in the last three governments, it has been from Amechi, who is not Amechi, even Peter Odley. From Peter Odley, we've had Amechi, now Wike, before the riverine people. And the riverine people are smarter, are more intelligent, and more knowledgeable than every other. I'm sorry to say this, but unfortunately, they have not been given opportunity. And so the only opportunity they have now is to scuttle it. So every Ijoma will not be happy that this thing is happening. I mean, if you read the script of Pa Ike Clark, it tells you everything. No, the Ijoman has always felt that they are marginalized within the Ikwere equation. And so if we allow anything untoward to happen to an Ijoman, supposed Ijoman in Rivers State as a governor, I think the crisis will be beyond redemption. So this thing, the issue is that the Ikwere people want to perpetuate themselves in governance over and above every other ethnic tribe. There are the Ikweres, the Ijaws, and these other Ogoni people. All these are nations that have equal rights with the Ikwere people. And so no one ethnic nation would continue to perpetuate itself in the governance. And besides, Wike has been very, very overbearing. I hear and I believe it was said that over 90% of the commissioners in the state all are Wike boys. The same thing with the House of Assembly. I mean, how can he survive? And then you are now saying the allocation to the state, part of it must be given to Wike. I mean, that's unthinkable.
Mr. Thomas. Mr. Thomas, so at the moment, we do not have a grasp of what exactly may have caused this drama. So I wouldn't want us to have, make statements that have not been substantiated. But from your analysis, does it? Some have said this could be a case of loyalty. But are you saying this might be a case of marginalization?
It is everything. It has to do with ethnic whatever equation. It has to do with, nations fighting for the resources of the state to perpetuate themselves. The Ijoman, over time, have not had the opportunity to be part and parcel of River State. Now that the Ijoman has been given opportunity, they want to take it from him. I think that's unfair.
So now that President Tinubu has waded or stepped into this crisis by meeting with both parties, Governor Fubara and Yusuf Wike, the PDP also held a meeting and welcomed the president's intervention. Do you see this crisis being resolved anytime soon?
I think so. As long as the president, in his played a fatherly role by intervening in the crisis, I'm sure everybody would go back to their tent. With status quo will remain, ante. So I believe that the coming of the president, into this crisis will definitely put a stop to it. Otherwise, the crisis will be beyond the imagination of anybody.
Well, how do you advise both parties now? How do you advise them to conduct themselves towards resolving this crisis?
Well, my candid advice is that the governor, should reach out to everybody. He is a father of the state. He should reach out, to all the warring members, in the House of Assembly, to reach out to them and have a truce. And the same thing I would say to Wike Wike is a father. He has done us well by bringing an Ijaw man to be the governor. And so the man has been elected. You should allow him to serve the people to the best interest of the Rivers people. For me, I think Wike should just answer off the affairs of Rivers State. He can still advise where necessary, but he should please answer off. We have a governor, we have a sitting governor. We should allow the governor to continue to govern the state, the way he thinks he is best for the people. He should not interfere unnecessarily. For the House of Assembly, I beg them to please sheath their sword, and allow peace to reign in River State.
So how do you advise Governor Fubara on this?
For Fubara, I've said, he should reach out to them. He's a father. God has made him a father. He should reach out to all the warring factions in the House of Assembly, in the public. This is a time for him to sit back. It's only, he just spent five months, on the seat. River State, the politics of River State is dynamic. So he should think of what to do to appease the people who are aggrieved. He should reach out to everybody. He should find a way to continue the legacies, the works that Wike had started in River State. He should please reach out to people, reach out to supposed enemies and friends. He should not divide the house. He should see everybody as one, whether you are the Ikwere or you are Ogoni or Ijaw ethnic group. We should be one. That's the way I think he should approach governance in River State.
All right. So we'll get back to that if need be. But let's talk about political developments in the Niger Delta, which is a far cry from its potential. How do you think meaningful progress can be achieved?
as long as we allow outsiders to continue to perpetuate, to use the method of divide and rule in the Niger Delta, we will continue to have crisis in Niger Delta. Until we come as a people with a common goal, with a common interest, we will continue to have crisis, you know. And so my take on this matter is that the Ijaw nation, you know, the Niger Delta is made up of different nations. And in Delta State, for instance, there are so many ethnic, like the Isokos, the Urobos, the Shakiris, the Jaws, and all. We should all come, we see ourselves as one, you know, entity. You know, it's a very difficult thing to do, but that's the only way we can continue to live together as brothers and sisters. We've done that in the past, so it is now that we need to do it more. It is only when there is peace and unity and progress that there will be progress, there will be development in the land. So we must learn to give peace a chance.
So the region is still battling environmental degradation caused by oil exploration. What do you think can be done to tackle this?
Oh, that's one of the major problems that we face, and that's why the average Niger Deltan thinks differently. I mean, for instance, where I come from is polluted. We no longer fish. Our mainstay economy in the Niger Delta is fishing and farming. But because of oil exploration over the years, we can't get anything from farming. The waters are polluted, you know, and continue to be polluted. Yet the oil company, the IOCs, are not paying attention to the environmental degradation of the environment of the place. You know, so that's why the average Niger Deltan is angry, always angry. You know, so for me, I think the oil companies must come to understand the fact that the land has been polluted, and then there must be a way to ameliorate or minimize the pollution in the Niger Delta. Otherwise, we will very soon, we don't have water. There is no water, no light, yet we still flare gas almost every day, 365 days in a year. Gas is flared. I mean, even Nigeria should think twice. And we are so marginalized that today there are no roads in Niger Delta. From Lagos to Benin, from Benin to Port Harcourt, there are no roads at all. In fact, the Edo State is like cut off from the entire Nigeria. I mean, it shouldn't be. Some government should show some concern about the activities of the oil companies and the Niger Delta people, because if not, the people will revolt, and I hope that they will not. I pray that they will not. And divide and rule will never solve this problem.
So let's talk about the new board of the NDDC, which was recently inaugurated by President Tinubu. How will you charge members to bring about the needed development to the region?
Well, Niger Delta Development Commission, they've been there for years. But you see, let me tell you something. The commission itself has enormous problems. The resources that are allocated to the commission, I can tell you for free. A quarter of it goes to outsiders. And so the little that we get are the ones they use in doing roads and all that, you know, constructing roads, and ameliorating the environment and all that. I think, for me, I believe that the National Assembly should hands off, the leadership of the National Assembly should hands off the economy or the resources of the commission. Until that is done, we will continue to have crisis in the area because the money that is allocated does not get to the people, does not get to the commission because of various interests outside the Niger Delta. And so unfortunate. For me, I think we need to do something about it. The president must rise up to say no, and be decisive on this matter. Because the people are not getting the resources that are allocated to them.
So when you say the quarter of the funds meant for the board goes to outsiders, what do you mean by outsiders?
Do I need to tell you? We know, everybody knows, that there are interests outside the Niger Delta region. For instance, the National Assembly, House of Reps, the Senate, the chunk of the resources that go to the commission, the NDDC, is shared among the people there.
All right.
How about that?
So do you agree with those who have said that, one of the first things this new board must do is an audit, a comprehensive audit of the commission, so that they can help identify areas where the commission has failed and needs to improve on? How crucial is this?
Yes, they've done the audit before, but where's the report? Let's be frank to ourselves. I don't think any good thing will come out of that. They've had the audit report, which has not been released up to this moment. So, do you want another audit again? I don't think the audit, we just foreclose that and let us face something else. The audit or no audit, it will not lead us anywhere. Let's think of what can we do? What can NDDC do? What projects do we need? For instance, I am aware, for instance, that the Presidential Amnesty Program, is doing very well in the area of human resources. There are vocational training, there are empowerment programs for the individuals, the ex-agitators and all that. So Niger Delta Commission should be allowed to exist. They should allow it to breathe, just as they are beginning to scuttle the activities of the PAP now by interest groups and all that. These things must not be allowed to continue.
But Mr. Thomas, the commission itself has been accused of misappropriation of funds meant for the region. What do you say to that?
Yeah, that's not impossible, because they are learning from what has happened in the larger state. What I mean is, if, for instance, they are allocated 10 billion naira per month, and 3/4 of it or 1/4 of it goes to outside activities, what do you expect the people to do, the managers of the NDDC to do? To fold their hands and think that, and besides, the money is not enough to do anything. So the little they will do, most times you will see them, projects are not completed over the years, are left abandoned and all that. These are all ways by which individuals also think, they can also make some money for themselves. Let's be sincere. We need people who are patriots.
Are you saying it's okay for the commission to misappropriate funds meant for the region? Because according to you, 1/4 of the funds meant for the board goes to outsiders.
Yes, that's true. And so those who are managers of the program also, most times, misappropriate.
Mr. Thomas,
You know, that's
I
I
said,
agreed.
I
But
asked you.
that's a malady. That's a malady of our system in governance over the
So are you
years, and we
saying
all know
because of
this.
that, it's okay for the commission to misappropriate funds meant for the region? Are you in support of that?
No, at all. No, I won't. I mean, I would be foolish to say, oh, okay, I'm misappropriate. No, 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 certainly not. I'm only adducing reasons for why it is happening. You know, but it is wrong, and that's why we need people of integrity to be the managers of affairs of NDDC. Same thing with PAP. I mean, since the new the interim administrator of PAP came in, there has been sanity in PAP because he would never tolerate misappropriation. He will not tolerate corruption. He will not tolerate, underhand dealings where contractors are paid money for works not done. And so people vilify him, yet he stands strong and say, no, I will not allow it. And so that's what I expect of NDDC. The
All right.
boss must be, those who are at the end of affairs must be firm. They must stand up and say, no, we will not allow this thing to happen. The people must also oversee the affairs of NDDC. Because most times we just go back and lay back and not oversee, the activities of the people, of the managers. We allow them to do what they think is right. Meanwhile, even the civil societies are supposed to be up to their task. Call them to account. That's what I expect of every individual in the Niger Delta.
All right. I mean, just like you said, the NDDC has been hampered by corruption. How do you think this can be tamed now that there is a new board in place?
The federal government must continually, checkmate the activities of the board. They must look at the integrity of the people. Otherwise, they will compromise the system. We expect further, appointments to be men of integrity, men that have reached the peak of their career, that would say they are not interested in corruption. Not those who want to make money, not politicians who want to make money. I think we need reformation generally in our country, because corruption is becoming endemic. In fact, it's a plague, and in every facet of our society, we also find it. And so when we talk about Niger Delta Commission, we're also looking at the larger society, because what obtains in the larger society is what obtains there.
All right. Mr. Thomas Peretu, thank you so much for joining us this evening. I've been speaking with an author and public policy analyst, and tonight we focused on political developments in River State and the Niger Delta. Thank you so much for joining us on Politics Tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. We're also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Olajumoke Olatuji. Good night.
Fresh for your dates. Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh, yeah, take it close up, short, close.
New Close-Up Triple Fresh Formula.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Do you struggle with having an active and healthy lifestyle due to your busy schedule? Do you find it difficult to make it to the gym? You want to improve your overall health, but don't know where and how to start? Medical experts agree that walking, running, and jogging are amongst the best ways to stay fit and enjoy a great active and healthy lifestyle. What if there was a convenient and affordable way to improve your health, improve your mood, and lose weight right in your own home? Introducing the SportX Digital Compact Treadmill, the compact foldable treadmill that makes being active and losing weight fast and easy. Just unfold it and walk, jog, or run while you watch your favorite programs on TV. And when you're done, just fold it and store it away. Now that's convenience. The secret is its advanced design that houses a 1-horsepower motor that is twice the size of most treadmills, packed into a nice compact unit, powering every step you take. You get the SportX Digital Compact Treadmill System complete with a rugged commercial-grade ultra-durable traction belt, large LCD multifunctional display that displays speed, time, distance, calories, and has 12 different exercise programs.